What's going on YouTube? Gemini Jets 10 here, and welcome back to the channel. Certainly happy to be back here with you guys, and I certainly hope that everybody is having a wonderful day. Got a really nice, another massive unboxing here for you guys. Great video to come back to on the channel after taking maybe a month-long break. I can't quite remember how long it's been since we've gotten a video out for the channel, but this is going to be, as I'm sure you can see by the title, my haul from my most recent trip to Las Vegas. And of course, with every trip I take to Las Vegas comes with a trip to the airplane shop. So really great haul here. Really excited to jump into this unboxing. We are upstairs, as I'm sure you can hear by the echoing, so working on trying to figure that out, and also definitely working on getting a model airport set back up for you guys. So be sure to keep an eye out for the channel. I'll definitely make a community post to announce that once it is on its way. But for right now, let's not waste much more time. Let's jump right into this massive 8 model unboxing. This recent trip that I took to Las Vegas was for no particular reason. It was just a week-long trip to go visit my grandparents who live out there. I spent a week with them, had a really excellent time out there with them, and of course, again, made a trip to the airplane shop. So super duper happy to have another haul video here for you guys. These, of course, are really popular. I think people really like to see people spend a whole bunch of money. And of course, I am really transparent with how much we spend on models here on the channel, because I know when I was trying to get into collecting, people weren't very transparent with how much this hobby really was. So for these 8 models, I believe the grand total came to just over 350 bucks. So just to give you guys an idea of what you would be potentially getting into with a haul like this, and we will get into individual prices and stuff like that, and some of the cheaper models, why that is that low, because I'm sure some collectors are like, wow, that's actually really high, but we'll get into that. Starting off here, we've got a brand new release, one of the brand new releases. I don't know if this is quite brand new, but it's new enough. This is the JetBlue Airbus A320 in the new JetBlue livery. This is Gemini's first release, I believe, featuring the new JetBlue livery. JetBlue just finished, well, I believe, I shouldn't say just, but JetBlue is working on repainting a lot of their aircraft into this new livery, and it is really nice. Let's get a good look at this livery here. The beautiful blue, the white and light blue polka dots there on the tail. We'll get that a little closer to the camera, see if we can't get that to focus up there. That did something. Beautiful aircraft here. I've been complaining for a while that I thought too many airlines were modernizing their liveries, going to, just plain Euro white liveries and everything like that. So it was really nice to see JetBlue's new livery kind of step away from that super Euro white trend. Went with that excellent dark blue there on the fuselage. Did just a really nice job. Jumping here into the next model, this is the Allegiant Airbus A320. This is Gemini's most recent release on it. This was in the damaged box / defective model bin at the airplane shop. The model, I do not believe, was defective on this. I believe it was just an issue with the box. So that tray is supremely stuck on there. But just another beautiful Allegiant Airbus A320 in the new livery. I do not know off the top of my head if this is the same registration as the other one that we have in the collection. I know we do have another Allegiant narrowbody Airbus, well, an Allegiant Airbus in the collection, but I'm not 100% sure if it's the same registration. Again, this is the new release of it. Allegiant did a really nice job on their new livery as well. I say it's new, but it's been out for quite a few years, I believe. I know when they announced it, Gemini did a release of it without a registration number. This one, of course, does have a registration number because it is their most recent release of it. So another excellent job there by Gemini. So those are the only 2 narrow bodies that we picked up. Everything from here on out is going to be wide bodies. So jumping here into the lone Phoenix models aircraft that we bought. It surprised me a little bit to see that the airplane shop in Vegas still carries Phoenix models, because I believed it for a while that in terms of 400 scale, it was only a select bit of Herpa, and then I thought it was just Gemini and JC Wings, but they do still have Phoenix models. I know they used to carry it years ago, but I just hadn't been seeing them in there. But we picked this unit up. I believe he was on discount as well. Yeah, $40 for this, but that was for no particular reason. This model is brand new. No defective box or model or anything like that. Just a really, just a really excellent job. And another addition to the cargo fleet. First Air Canada cargo model too, I believe, so excellent job on that. Great job by Gemini. Excuse me, great job by Phoenix. Jumping here into one of two JC Wings models. This is the Air Canada Airbus A330-300 in the Star Alliance livery. So two Air Canada models picked up in this haul. I believe this one was $50, so wasn't bad at all for this unit. And just expands on my Air Canada collection. I believe this is going to be the third Air Canada wide body added to the collection. And of course another one by JC Wings. They always do an excellent job. Beautiful. And Star Alliance livery, just about as plain Jane as you can get. I mean, you know, you get the Euro white fuselage, and then of course the black tail, black engines, airline logo down there in the bottom left. So just another excellent addition. Oh, was that gear bent at all? Yeah, that gear is bent a little bit. That's puzzling. I can fix that though. Should be a pretty easy fix there on that unit. But just interesting discovering that now. I did not notice that in the shop. Of course, I do check all of these models in the shop. Next up here is a release from 2023. It is the British Airways 777-200ER in the One World livery from Gemini Jets. This one, the box was a little bit damaged on it, so picked this one up for $40. Nothing at all wrong with the model though, so that was absolutely excellent. Another British Airways 777-200 added to the collection. This is number 2, I believe. However, the other one we have has the USA Ethnic tail on it, which is not really something I don't think I'd ever put in an airport update, except maybe just for fun. So this is just an excellent addition to the collection. Beautiful model. Great job by Gemini on this. Again, it is a 2023 release, so this unit is a little bit older, but beautiful nonetheless. Love a good British Airways wide body. Speeding right along here, the next one we've got is the Qatar Cargo 777 Freighter Interactive Series model. So this one, this is going to be one of the ones where you can display the model with cargo doors open or closed, and this note is just for box damage. So the 3 discounted models that we bought this trip were all just box damage models, which is really, really excellent. Nothing wrong with the physical model itself. This interactive series, Qatar Cargo, does have all of the door pieces and everything like that for the actual aircraft. So we'll see right here if I can make my hands decide to work. We'll zoom in on the back of this aircraft. So as you can see, got the hole cut in the fuselage there. So as you can see in the tray, you've got all of the individual cargo door pieces. So this one right here, I do believe is going to be the open door for the rear cargo door. You definitely couldn't see that in the camera, but here is these little plastic pieces here. As you can see, it's got this little, I guess you would call that a tongue on there. You just slide that bad boy right in there, and then you can put this on your model table or on your shelf with the doors open or doors closed. So adds a little bit more realism to the airports. On these 777 freighters, they're is only the rear cargo door, of course, and then you've got the open and closed pieces for the baggage doors as well, because they do cargo in the actual, you know, underbelly hold on these Boeing freighters, which is really, really awesome that they include all of those pieces. So again, slide that bad boy in there like that, get one more good look. And then I will go ahead and switch this for the door closed piece. Yeah, y'all definitely couldn't see what I thought was showing the tray with all the pieces in there just now, but I'll show you guys here in just a second. And this is, again, why I really do preach for you guys saving your model boxes and trays. Here is the closed door configuration piece. So you just kind of slide that bad boy right in there. And then if you want him, you know, on the taxiway or runway or whatever, there he is. And as you can see, there's a little tiny hole drilled in there. That's what this little tool here is for, which is included with all of these interactive series models. You would just use this to basically pick that piece out if you wanted to get it out. However, most of them do just come right out. At least they do on the 747s, but that one is stuck in there. So we will leave that for now. Did just want to show that off in case y'all are not very familiar with the interactive series models and how they work. Really quickly, just showing off in the tray here. You can see all the little pieces. They've got these cutouts in the tray specifically for those pieces. This open tray here is the door that we left in the 777 over there. So really nice that Gemini even came up with that. I believe they were the first really to revolutionize that kind of a concept on these 400 scale die-cast models. So really just a cool concept. I love it. I know a lot of collectors out there love it as well. Gonna save the what I would deem the most interesting one for last. The second to last one here, though, is going to be a brand new airline. I believe the only new airline we added in today's video. It is the Ethiopian Airlines Airbus A350-1000 with the first A350-1000 in Africa stamp. So Ethiopian did just take delivery in October of this past year, so a little over October of 2024, I should say, so a little over a year ago, I do believe, on this particular aircraft, but they took delivery of their first A350-1000 then, and of course it was the first on the African continent, so a little bit of bragging rights there for Ethiopian Airlines. And of course a new airline added to the collection. I am kind of getting to a point where there's not that many new airlines that I can reasonably add for these new releases that they're coming out with. But of course I am keeping my eyes peeled for interesting ones, you know, ones that interest me at least. So, and that's what of course it is all about. Beautiful, beautiful livery with Ethiopian. Not a huge fan of all of the Euro white, but you know, that's just how it is nowadays. They love the red, green, and yellow on the flag there for, of course, the colors of the Ethiopian flag. And an excellent, excellent model by JC Wings. They do, of course, I believe, use the same molds that Gemini Jets uses, so almost an identical model to a Gemini Jets A350-1000, but super duper awesome nonetheless. And the last model that we will be jumping into here is Air Force One, the Boeing VC-25B from Gemini Jets. This is in the current Air Force One livery with the blue, the white, the kind of mint green color there on the nose. So just an absolutely amazing aircraft. This is the first time I've ever owned Air Force One, I do believe, in any scale for that matter for a model aircraft. So super duper excited to finally add one of these to the collection. I believe, well, when President Trump had his first term, they reached an agreement with Boeing. Would like to apologize for any potential background noise. I believe we just had some guests get here. It is an NFL football Sunday, so lots of guests over. But as I was saying, President Trump did reach an agreement in his, it might have been Obama before him who reached an agreement with Boeing to build out the two 747-8 airframes that were supposed to go to Trans-Aero Airways in Russia before that firm went bankrupt. And then the US government came back and reached an agreement with Boeing to basically turn those two aircraft into Air Force One. So once that was announced, Gemini did this release of this aircraft in the current livery, you know, with the blue and the white. And then President Trump at the time, during his 2016 to 2020 term, changed the livery of Air Force One, updated it to be red, white, and blue, just, you know, have a more feel towards the American flag. So it's up for debate which one looks better, but this one was the one that was available, and I definitely wanted to pick it up. It was the last one on the shelf, so really awesome to be able to add this unit to the collection. An absolutely gorgeous rendition of Air Force One. I cannot wait to see those aircraft, the two 747-8s in the sky. I spotted the VC-25A at O'Hare one time when I was really little, back when Obama was president and making a visit to the city of Chicago. So that was really cool, really good memory. One of the most fond aviation memories that I have. So really, really excited to finally have one of these in my collection. I don't think I've ever owned one in any scale for that matter. So really, really, really happy to finally add one of these absolutely gorgeous aircraft. Not sure how often this will be thrown into airport updates. Again, this is one of those models I bought mostly to just keep on a shelf, but you know, we'll see. Absolutely excellent aircraft. Super happy to add it to the collection. 8 brand new 1 to 400 scale models added to the collection. Super duper excited to be able to add all of these again. Thank y'all so very, very much for tuning in and watching this big unboxing. Really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, please do subscribe to the channel. Some big things are coming. Again, as I mentioned, I do believe in the beginning of this video, I do hope to have one of the model airports set back up here shortly. Well, we're working on it. It's getting there, let's just say that. So we're getting really, really close, guys. Springfield-Branson should be back up here really, really close. So super duper excited again to be able to add these. Super duper excited to be able to shoot another video for you guys. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Gemini out.